if not the most important people on the Old Republic. Please join me on the stage. James Olin, game director.
Hello.
And Rich Vogel, who is our executive producer.
How you doing? Hello.
I think we're waiting for one more. Here we go. One more mic. There we are. Okay.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, huge crowd here. Anyone have any questions about the Old Republic? Or shoot? We are targeting holiday 2011.
What does that mean? What we're doing is we're beta testing and we're figuring out at the quality level we want to release, and that's why we haven't released the date yet, because we're testing the game, making sure it has a good balance and experience for our players. We don't want to release crap, and we won't. That's not Bioware. So that's why we haven't released the date.
You heard it from Rich Vogel. We are not releasing crap.
There you go.
Exclusive. Anyone else have a question apart from that one?
So you mentioned in the pre-order details that there's going to be a store for the collector's edition. Like, what sort of items can we expect to see in that store? What would we expect?
Well, there are quite very exciting items that we have yet to determine. So,
Is there, can you just like the nature of them? Like, will they be cosmetic items?
They will be more cosmetic than they would be.
well, actually, no. Currently, we are planning to have. They will be weapons and armor, but we're not going to be giving you an advantage in power levels. So you're not going to, when you get the store, you'll be able to buy items that will up your power, but they'll really just be cosmetic in terms of you could get a similar powered item that looks different by playing the game normally.
But you will have it because you had the CE. And in addition, the collector's store is actually a location in the game as well. It's not just a random vendor.
It's actually an exclusive location in the game. It's kind of like a
A VIP
club
area.
Yeah, like a VIP lounge.
Yes.
Is the stuff there purchased with like in-game credits or actual money?
Actual American. No, I'm just kidding. Credits.
Yes.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to. We already got your money when you bought the collector's edition, so. Any other questions?
There we go. Dallas Dickinson.
Oh!
Late as usual.
Somebody told me 7:30.
Guys.
He always
I
has an
text
excuse.
you. Exactly. Oh, he did say it. By the way, be right there.
See, there it is.
I texted him 15 minutes ago.
What color crystals and lightsabers are in the game that you guys have not announced already?
A lot.
The question was, we should probably repeat
Yes,
the question.
repeat
The
the
question
question.
was, what color crystals are there in the game for lightsabers and, of course, for blaster weapons, which we have not announced yet.
Well, I can't really go through all the different colors, but we do have the ability to have dozens and dozens of different colors, so more than you've seen in the movies.
And the color crystal, which is available to everybody who pre-orders the game, is yellow, right?
I don't know. That's something that marketing guys know.
They might describe it as, I don't know.
Gold.
Gold.
Gold would be more like
yeah,
it.
maybe. Oh yeah, and it has special effects. That's true.
Yes.
I think it's yellow. I think it's a yellow core with a black glow. That's what I think it is.
There you heard it here first.
Totally not confirmed.
Not confirmed.
Anything else? Sure.
Are there shards in the game? Like Star Trek Online or Champions Online, how like I'm in Coruscant and my friend's next to me, but I can't see him because he's in Coruscant 12 and I'm in Coruscant 4. Will there be any kind of implementation like that in the game? And if so, how are you guys handling that?
So the question is, are there
Instance.
shards in the game, similar to, I guess, what you would see in City of Heroes, where
Instancing.
instancing, yes, but where you basically split a zone, and you could have a friend with you, and he could be right beside you, but you can't see him because he's in a separate shard. We have the technology for that, but we're going to be using it very sparingly. So we're trying, like right now, our targets tech-wise are that we don't have to use it, but on launch day, it's probably we're going to have so many people in a given origin world that will most likely have to use it. But it's something we don't want to have as a common.
Scale back depending on whether or not it's needed.
Correct. As
Yes.
the game progresses and we have the population normalizes, that won't be used at all.
Yeah, that was something that Daniel commented on during E3, And he was correct in what he said in that we are fully intending not to have that. But as James says, we do have the technology, yeah.
Yeah.
Your stances on advanced class swapping, if it's still kind of on the table, you think about it?
So the question is, in Star Wars: The Old Republic, you have advanced classes that you get to pick at a certain level, where you specialize your class. Can you switch once you've made a choice in advanced class? That's the question. So currently, we are going to be allowing you to respec your advanced class, and the reason we went that way is because it's a big choice, and some people might make the wrong choice. So the very first time you decide to respec your advanced class, it's not going to be super expensive. We're going to make it relatively affordable. And then after that, it'll become a lot more difficult. So we're going to let you correct your mistake. So for example, if you're a Sith warrior, you decide to pick the Juggernaut route, and then 2 levels in, you're like, I didn't want to be a Juggernaut. That first correction will be easy. But then after that, we're going to make your advanced class choice be very difficult to respec.
So you're not just, grab my gear from the bank and I'll go do this. You just want to,
Correct.
Yeah, correct, yeah.
Sorry. I have nothing to add to that.
Okay. I know. Well, we're trying to get their site to melt down.
Yeah, what about the Darth Vader questions? Come on.
Okay, how about giving further details on the companion character AI tweaking?
I'm already in trouble for like
Elaborating already. Yes. Sorry.
We'll have more to talk about soon.
So I think you can't comment then further on the customization of those companion characters in terms of looks.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that. That's so basically we want you to be able to customize your characters or your companion character's appearance, much in the same way you're able to customize your main character's appearance. And we had multiple reasons for doing that. There was a lot of asks for it from playtesting, but it's also so that you don't have the same looking companion characters running around a world. So it's a pretty good fix for immersion issues in the game.
You can't make radical changes to those companion characters. You can't change their sex or you can't change their species. But
Yeah, we're adding that in later. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Confirmed.
but you can certainly make them look individual to you and your experience.
You can make Veta male, but she'll sound really weird. No,
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
Can I
Go
answer
ahead.
that question about the companion characters? When would you make that cosmetic change when you first make the character? And would you be able to customize later companion characters?
So we're starting off with some initial customization kits that you'll be able to do as soon as you get your companion character. And then we're going to be unlocking other ones in ways that are to be determined.
Thank you. It is still in testing.
It's still in work in progress.
Exactly, yeah.
And we
So we'll
really
see-
don't like to talk about it until it's in the game and working.
Yep.
So there are some of us in the gaming community who simply do not have the time to invest in a giant 100-hour MMO. What options are you offering for those who won't be able to put in as much time as their lifeless counterparts?
So the question is, there are people in the gaming community who can't invest.
Lifeless counterparts?
Yes,
Wow.
Wow,
It
harsh.
sounds like a South Park episode.
who don't have the time to invest in 100 hours of a massive multiplayer game.
How many hours
Well,
have you
first
played of
off-
Mass Effect?
It's much more than 100 hours. But
That was my answer.
secondly, one of the philosophies we've had from the game design side is we wanted to make sure that there was never a grind in Star Wars: The Old Republic. So I like to think of Star Wars: The Old Republic as, if you're a fan of Bioware RPGs, as the endless Bioware role-playing game. Basically, it goes on for forever, right? If we're successful, we're going to have a game that's going to go on for 10, 20 years. But if you want to just play the game and have fun, spend 5 hours a week or 5 hours a month, it's possible to play the game that way, because we have a lot of really high-quality story content all the time. So you don't have to play all 200 hours or 300 hours or however it ends up being. But it's if you love Bioware RPGs, I think you'll have a lot of fun with it.
Are you guys planning to change some of the art style of the speeders that was currently shown? Because there was a little bit of form that
Ooh.
we don't like the smaller type of speeders.
I'm guessing this gentleman did not make it to our panel this afternoon.
I did.
Well,
Oh yeah, so we actually have reacted to a lot of the feedback on our initial announcement of the speeders because they were not super popular. So one of the reasons we went with the initial concept for the speeders was we were going with more of a traditional upgrade route for the speeders in terms of speed. You get a speeder, it'd be a little bit slower, and then you get a faster one, and then at the end game you get the super fast one. And that led us to, if you're going to have a slower speeder, it has to not look like it should go super fast. So that's why we designed those ones. But after a little bit of thought and reacting to what fans were saying, we were like, screw it. This is Star Wars. We should be giving out really fast speeders as soon as a player gets them. And so we went back to the drawing board and started adding speeder bikes. And then we were thinking land speeders. So we started doing some concepts for that. And because we were worried about clipping issues and how it would look, but we did some experiments. And actually land speeders looked really good in the game. So we put those in too. And now we have a whole bunch. We have the art team just churning out new speeder bike models and new land speeder models. And I think people will be pretty happy.
Yeah, I think you will be happy what you see.
So then with regards to those land speeders, I noticed that there was a second seat there, and somebody else, another player, jumped into your speeder with you. You can drop around.
That is an excellent idea for a post-ship
Post-ship.
feature.
Yeah, absolutely. Excellent. Maybe that's why there's room.
Any plans for a Mac version?
Currently, we don't have any plans for a Mac version. However, we have lots of people in the company who do play Star Wars: The Old Republic on their Mac by using Boot Camp, and it works really well with Boot Camp.
Yes.
Have you guys decided what races will be able to play what side? Like, is there, like, for example, if I wanted to play a Twi'lek Imperial Nation, would I be able to do so? Or is it going to be certain races, Republic only, certain races, Sith only?
Currently, we have certain races associated with the Imperial side and certain races associated with the Republic side. However, we have an unannounced feature that may, in the future, allow you to have more access to races on either side. But we can't go into the details right now on that.
That's Stephen putting a bullet in his own head right there. That was nice.
thanks for that.
A while back, I think it was James that commented on some sort of legacy system. Any more comments on that?
Nope. Next.
Nope. Can't comment on it.
How many abilities would you expect to have at level 50?
It's a good question.
Just combat abilities?
I think it's all the passive and active and every single ability on your ability page. How many is that? Like 30?
It's about 30.
Yeah, I think it's
Ish.
around 30.
Ish, yeah.
It may be slightly more than that, maybe more like 35.
Georg keeps on changing it up on me, so Georg is the lead combat designer. No, I'm just kidding. It's about 30.
Any more for any more?
Sith purebloods, can you be Inquisitors? And if so, how does that work with the storyline with the
Can Sith purebloods be Inquisitors? The answer should be
Yeah, currently we're not allowing that. We actually had some debate about that because the Sith purebloods really fit the class, but not really the story. So right now we're not allowing it, but you never know on a release.
You can see from James's face it wasn't just some debate.
Me and Daniel Daniel Erickson's the lead writer. We got in a fist fight, and he beat me up, and so I had to take it out. No.
I don't care what everyone else wants. Can I be a wizard?
Can you be a wizard?
Actually, you can be a wizard in some ways. Originally, the Jedi Consular was called the Jedi Wizard. So
I don't care about stuff.
If you choose to call yourself a wizard, even though
Yes.
you're a consular,
You can do that as a counselor. Yep, that's it.
Can you have a personal title, the wizard?
not currently.
No.
One of the make one of the planet natives address the Councilor as some sort of wizard. There's an idea.
Like a crazy
Good
old wizard,
idea.
perhaps.
Like a cultural thing.
Are there any plans for vanity armor that you can equip that would sort of supersede what armor you're wearing? So that, let's say, if you wanted to wear a really cool, like, Lando Calrissian outfit instead of...
There you go.
We did have some ideas about that, but we decided to not do that because it would kind of it would supersede our whole equipment system, and we didn't want to do that. We wanted you'd have to use the equipment system to determine how you looked. So if you want to look a certain way, you're going to have to make sacrifices in combat abilities. So, for example, if you're going to wear the slave Leia, metal bikini, you're not going to be so good in combat.
Will there be hot pants?
Hot pants.
There may be some models that one could potentially describe as that. I wouldn't call them that in game. Like Corellian hot pants, I don't think is a feature we're adding. Until now.
Nashidar hot pants, maybe.
We don't have dancing Wookiees.
Boo.
I know.
Don't say never.
We covered this earlier on. It'll be a mixture of purely cosmetic and functional items, but the functional items will be equivalent in power to other items in the game. Is that about right? And we also mentioned that the actual location where you'll get the store is like an exclusive location in the game that only people who have access.
Yeah, the
can go to.
VIP section. And with credits, yes.
So with your personal ship sort of acting as like not only a transportation, but also like a home base for you and people that you're happening to adventure with, are there any plans for like interior customization? Can you have like the head of the Rancor that you killed or the lightsaber of the Dark Jedi that you killed like on display?
So the question is, are you going to be able to customize the interior of your starship? So that is something that we have in our design plans, but most likely it's not going to be in for ship. That's something that will, a post-ship feature.
It's on the wall of crazy, which is
That's what we nickname our post-ship features. We have a lot of ideas.
Yes.
Yeah,
Everyone
so many
contributes
ideas.
to the wall of crazy.
yeah, it's a big wall.
Yes.
Will you have unlockable titles for your characters?
Will you have unlockable titles?
And so the question is, will you have unlockable titles? We have a lot of different. Actually, they're currently in the game, and people who are playtesting the game, they have access to all those titles. You can actually switch between the titles, so you can have.
Okay.
You can have collected a half dozen or a dozen titles, and you get to choose which one you want to display.
Do certain titles give certain benefits?
No, totally cosmetic.
We have one more question and we have to go. Anybody? You didn't. Okay, go ahead.
What's your favorite class in the game?
What's my favorite? I play the agent.
Favorite
I love
class?
I love that class.
Favorite class in the game?
Yes.
Currently, I would say it's the agent because I was just playing it and enjoying it, playing as a sniper. Pretty awesome.
It's awesome.
I believe that I'm probably going to play as a smuggler when we ship.
Damn straight.
It was a battle between that and the Sith Warrior. I like that one too.
So favorite class? Well, Empire is the best of the Star Wars movies, and Darth Vader is the main character. So I love the Sith Warrior.
There you go. Thank you, guys.
Am I in trouble again?
Hey, do I get to answer?
Steven's going to answer.
I'm gonna have to
sorry.
say I'm gonna say smuggler is my favorite class.
Ah.
Partially so I can try and balance out this terrible Empire bias going on up here.
Whoa.
Oh, I certainly like playing the smuggler though. My smuggler looks like Tom Selleck from Magnum. All right, guys, thank you very, very much for coming out.
Thank you.
We're going to do this again a couple of times during Comic-Con, so feel free to come back. And remember that we're playing PvP all day right here. So come on back and play.
There you go.